Well, hello, everyone. This is Susan Miller calling in from Boston, Massachusetts. It looks like we have a full call this evening with people from pretty much every single state across the country, which is pretty exciting. Tonight's call is based on the fact that when we just got back from the NYKO, we were just introduced to the company that they are going to have this new Billion and Beyond rewards trip that is going to mimic the similar one that they just had last year, where they had us earn a trip to Paris, which was an amazing first-class trip where they had 59 business centers that won that trip, and they took us first class to Paris. And I'm going to tell you, I know you saw a lot of the pictures, but it was the most outstanding trip I have ever been on in my life. And the company just announced last week that they have a new rewards trip, because the goal of 2015 for this company is to hit $1 billion. And they're somewhere between $950 million to $1.1 billion is their goal, and they are incentivizing us to help them get there. And the beauty of this call is that I'm going to talk about an advanced strategy in the compensation plan. So again, if you are brand new to this business, I am going to preface this by saying this might confuse you. And you can listen on, but know that you need to have a basic understanding of our compensation plan and our strategy of how we build in order to go to this advanced training, okay? From that, what we are going to do is put you on a path to maximize your efforts this year, so that if you can win the trip, that is a wonderful thing. You have to do $150,000 above what you earned last year. And for many of you, that's going to be basically the $150,000 or somewhere close to it, because we do have new people, but they're business builders on the call that have learned the compensation plan. We have people that have been involved for 6 months to a year that might need to be able to only have to do, they maybe have done $30,000 last year, which means you'd have to do $180,000 this year. You have to do $150,000 more than you did last year. People that have earned a lot more money have to do $200,000. So you're competing against your own growth. You don't have to worry about there's not a maximum amount of people that they're going to allow on this. It's anyone who reaches $150,000 more than they did in 2014. And this trip goes from last Monday it started all the way through December of 2015, and every single thing counts towards it. We're going to go over that tonight, okay? The best and the beautiful part of this entire program is that they put us in a position to work towards a goal, that at the end of the day, even if, say, you only made it to 80 or 100,000, isn't that a beautiful thing? And now you have a business that is projected to now double and triple the next year after that. So if we all put our heads down and we all work diligently, there is a very real opportunity for many of you to be able to maximize this opportunity. But you are going to have to maximize the compensation plan in order to do that, okay? This is the number one most important thing for you to understand and take away from this call is two things. Not one, two, sorry. The first is going to be to understand where the money comes from in our compensation plan. So I want you to understand that you want to squeeze every dime out of this compensation plan. And the second part of it is a specific strategy that the Global Exec team utilizes to maximize the income potential and the success that you see us having in the company. When you went to, if you were there at NYKO or you were watching it live stream or you were at the celebration, you saw many of our leaders and up-and-coming leaders hitting the pools, hitting them 1, 2, and 3 positions, and congratulations to each and every one of you, because that is an amazing feat. And I've always said to people, we can't take accountability for people's success. I, who teach many of you how to do this business, I do not take accountability for your success. I can't take credit for it, because the truth of the thing is I can teach you this, but you're going to have to go out and do it. And so for those of you that are doing it, I want to congratulate you, because that is an amazing thing. And the reality is anyone can do this. Anyone can do this business. And I know this because I'm seeing it every single day, people from all walks of life doing it. And so with that, let me start to explain our strategy for the Billion and Beyond Rewards trip, okay? The first and foremost thing we're going to do is lock arms with your business builders. Now, who are those people? In the slide here, you have, this is what Herb taught up at the convention. He put it up on stage, and you have myself, which is the beginning of the Global Exec team, which is the first reentry position of the Cepeda Express team. They built out their first 2 positions in the company, and then they came up above themselves, and they started a brand new position. And that started with myself, and then it went down, and there's over 20,000 plus of us on that team right now, which is really exciting, okay? And what this means is it doesn't matter if you personally sponsored these people. It simply matters that on the same leg, whether it be your team leg or it be your focus leg, and those are the 2 legs that we build. And we build our team leg first, and I'm going to give you all the reasons why we do this so that you understand it, okay, because it's different than the way the company teaches. This is a strategic way in which we build, and Herb and Patty and myself and my husband, we came from a different company that was a lot more difficult of a compensation plan than this company's compensation plan. And it's probably from that arduous process that we learned the power of driving a line and solidifying a team building comp plan. And so we are a suggestion, and we are doing ourselves, building 1 leg at a time. And when you're going to lock arms with your business builders, those are people that could be brand new to the business, but they've raised their hand and they've said to you, I want to do this for the purpose of making money. That's a business builder. Now, of course, they have to apply themselves, but that's another call, okay? This is just identifying those business builders. And what I do is strategy calls. I get people to say, look, I want you to look down onto your team, and I want you to call individually these people and say, are you in? Do you want to be a part of this growth in 2015? Do you want to lock arms with me? We're on the same team in this 1 leg. And then you're going to put together this team thread, and you're going to work together in synergy to create the dynamic success that you saw happen with Global Exec Team last year, okay? So why do we build 1 leg first? It creates excitement by driving that line, which I just discussed, by being able to lock arms with leaders, and you're stacking these leaders on top of each other, which builds personal momentum. It allows volume to accumulate. What we're doing is allowing that leg to get ahead of us. We are not losing out on any money. It is delayed gratification. Because this company does not flush volume at the end of the month, which so many other companies do, that as long as you're on auto ship and you're doing 100 BV a month, your volumes are accumulating. And this is huge, because what happens, many times people get involved in the business and they start off as a consumer. 83.5% of the people in our company are consumers. And then 11.5% of them turn into fans. These are people that earn under $500 a month worth of income, but you know what? They are getting their products paid for. They are sharing it with people. And then from that fan base, they transition into a business builder, which is only 5% of the people in the company have chosen to become business builders. When you understand that, you realize you can't try to convince people. They self-select. All you can do is stay connected with them and get them connected into our system and paint the picture for them. And then they get to see your lifestyle. And what happens is now 3, 4, 5 months later, you will see people that started off as consumers, became fans, turn into business builders. And then all of a sudden they look up, and if they were active every single month, guess what? They not only have a team underneath them, and if you built that 1 leg at a time, it's a very significant team because of that compounding effect, right? But they also have volume. And now that volume is going to start to compound. So you're going to have people on this call today that have a team leg that's already in place. And for those of you who do have that, we're going to talk about how you're going to move to your focus leg. When that team is in place and you've got at least $30,000 in volume, or you have 5 personally sponsored people that are consultants on that team, which I'll discuss in a minute. What we're going to do by building 1 team at a time and allowing that volume to accumulate is we are going to effectively remove the team leg from the financial equation. And then what we're going to do is enroll 5 consultants first, and then we're going to repeat that. Once we've accomplished it on the team leg, we're going to repeat that exact same process on the focus leg. Okay? So, of course, what's the first thing we do? We become a consultant, because as a consultant in this compensation plan with this company, and this is the only company that I know in history that has allowed this to be, is that you can earn over $700,000 a year simply by being a consultant. Now, is the reality that that's going to happen if you don't build something? Probably not. But there are some people that did get lucky, and they recruited people that recruited people that recruited people, and very early on they found a power player on each leg, and those people built the business for themselves, not for that person, and they were in a prime position. That happens. But the reality is we all have to build two legs. And keep in mind, guys, the last company I was in, I had to build 12. And you were not allowed to put people underneath people. You had to put them lateral. So it was as if I had individual franchises. So I was competing against my own teams. It was crazy, but that's the way it was. And we still found success. This is a team-building compensation plan. And with that thought in mind, we are going to build a team, first and foremost. That is always the priority over the money, because the money will come if you do this as I'm teaching it, okay? So you have a focus leg and you have a team leg. The team leg is the leg you share with your sponsor, okay? And that's the leg you build first. So when you come in, the first thing you're going to do is become a consultant. On your team leg, you put your first person that you think wants to build a business, or your first consumer, or what have you. On your focus leg, which is the leg that you do not share with your sponsor. It is your inside leg, is another term for it, okay? Nobody else initiates that leg but you. Nobody else recruits into that leg initially but you, okay? You initiate that leg, and that's what makes this a fair compensation plan. So now what happens? You're going to put your significant other in that position. Or if you don't have one, you're going to put a consumer who you know is going to take a period of time before you might be able to transition them, or they might be open to looking at this at a more from a consumer into a business builder, okay? So you're going to put somebody that is going to take some time, isn't talking about the business. Why? Because not for this call, but for a later call, that is a very prime position. Because once you've built out your team leg, and then you come over and you build out your focus leg, when you get to about $30,000 a week in volume on your focus leg, we're going to show you how you can shift, if it is a significant other like a spouse, to the inside of your spouse's leg, and you're basically going to double dip. But for right now, that's not the point. For right now, we want to teach this goal, and we can discuss that in a more elite, which the people who are at that position, which is a much smaller group, we can go into that, okay? But just know that we do know how to do it. And, you know, Herb and I are all about squeezing every dime out of this compensation plan, and our goal for you is to make as much money as possible. It's there for you to make, so let's do it, right? So you become the consultant, and you put your significant other on your focus leg, which is the leg you do not share with your sponsor, and then you start to build your team leg. And you ignore your focus leg, and that's why I tell you to make it a consumer or significant other, because you do not want to leave someone stranded there that you're not recruiting under, okay? Now, you're going to build one leg at a time, because it's going to create personal momentum. It's going to get people excited. You're going to start calling people that I just placed somebody underneath you, and this person is really interested in doing the business. And then you're going to start a thread on your Facebook, your I Am thread, where you're going to start to stack people into it and keep adding the people onto this thread where they can introduce themselves. And then when you have an opportunity to meet them, like I just did at the NYKO, and brought about 17 brand new people there with us, and just introduced them to each other, and now they have their own, now they know each other, and it's past my relationship with them. They now have a relationship with them. And that's what we mean about locking arms, that everybody knows each other and they are a part of that team. And now what we're going to do is put 5 consultants, you plus 2, down the team leg. Now, I know Herb has talked in the past about putting 10 people, and you can do that. But the way that I build is I build that team leg until I have 5 consultants, because there is no reason for me to go into the focus leg until I have that secured in order to maximize the compensation plan. Now, keep in mind, I broke as an executive in 6 weeks. When I shifted to my inside leg, my focus leg, that week I put in 5 consultants. One of them was my husband that I used as 2 positions, and 2 family members, my mother and his dad, and we ordered products under them because we give them products, and that was an easy way of me being able to only have to produce 4 other consultants. Now, why did I do that? Because I broke as a 2-star in doing that. Because there was so much accumulative volume on the other side. When I shifted to the inside leg and I became an executive, there was this huge spike in volume. And at the same time, I maxed out a pool. So let me go into that a little bit more clearer. The first thing you want to do is you want to become an executive. Why? Because it teaches the network marketing model of you plus 2, them plus 2. And until you do them plus 2, you are not in network marketing. Until you start to develop depth, because depth is your livelihood. It's not about how many people you can bring in. It's how many people we can bring in together. And your first 30, 60, 90 days with a brand new person is critical. You need to get them on a program, which we'll discuss at the latter part of this training today. But it also helps you make money. If you've heard me teach the compensation plan, there are 2 parts of the compensation plan. There is the front end and there is the back end. The front end is linear income, exchanging time for money. This is where the company supplements our income by putting in rank advancement bonuses and other areas where we can make money by activity, enrolling people into the business. Changing PIN levels by helping other people enroll people into the business. The rank advancement bonuses are there to help us create that income, okay? Because money talks, doesn't it? And so there is $10,050 in the front end of the compensation plan available to us simply through the rank advancement bonuses. You can go into your back office, and that's where you want to find all of these bonuses, and you want to commit them to memory. Print this out. Have it at your fingertips. You want to hit these bonuses because they're going to help you get where you need to go financially. By the end of this year, to hit that $150,000, you're going to have to not just do it by rank advancement. You have to do it by every single possible means you can. Okay? So rank advancement is going to be able to earn you this money, but it's also building the network. You're becoming an associate, then you're becoming a consultant, you plus 2, then you're becoming a manager, which is them plus 2. Then you're becoming a director, and then you're becoming the executive, okay? Most of the people on this call will understand that by now, and if you don't, there are videos you can watch, and you can also, again, go into your back office and print out these rank advancement bonuses and break it down. You first build your right team, or your team leg, I should say, where you are putting in 5 consultants. Okay, you can still hit all of the rank advancement bonuses by simply being a consultant and then building one leg, manager, director. The only time you have to shift to your other leg is once you have 5 consultants on your team leg, is when you then need to shift to your inside leg, because you need to have 5 consultants on each leg in order to become an executive. Now, the exciting part of all this is that the company has put together a crystal reset. So if there's any of you here that have been involved longer than 6 months with this company and you have not hit any of these PIN levels, you can still hit them and earn the bonus money, which is unbelievable that they've done this for us. They did it one time last year. This is a one-time opportunity for you to do it this year. It promotes so much growth on your team because there's so much money there, and people get excited because they want to be able to hit the crystal and get the title as well, but also make the money. So whatever position you are at right now, if you're a consultant, you can go all the way and earn the total $10,000. Okay? If you are a manager already, then you can't hit manager again, obviously. You're going to go to the next PIN level, and it's available for you. You can go into your back office for all of the information, but this slide, it's in your back office as well. It breaks it down. It tells you the dates you have to hit it by in order to be able to earn that bonus. So right now, if you're a consultant and you're trying to hit Crystal Manager, you have till February 15th to do so. If you want to be a director, you have till April 16th to do so. And same with executive. You have to July 15th to earn that $1,000. So, guys, put this on your calendar. This is an opportunity for you to earn more money, to hit that bonus, and to get to Riviera. Don't miss out on it. What is another reason why you need to be an executive in this company? Because we have $125,000 executive pools that are available in each category, starting at director. with $50,000 that they split. We have leaders right here on our team, 3 of them that won 1, 2, and 3 positions. If you're looking at these checks, they're all around $10,000 that you get to add to your French Riviera fund. That's adding it to that $150 that you need to earn. All of these play a part in it. And that was only for 6 months, I believe. This is extremely exciting. I know that the Cepedas have earned in the $30,000 and $40,000. I know Deanna as well. These women should be so congratulated for the efforts that they put forth. You want to stay in the pool all the time, and you want to build. Now, here's the difference of the pool. And I can't tell you that I know all the background details of it, but this is the part that you need to know. You need to personally recruit and drive through your personal recruits to be able to earn a percentage of the pool. So it's who you bring on 4 levels deep of those people in the pool will participate. And if you're growing, if you're basically teaching manager, director, and executive to your people and they're hitting those pools, you're going to start hitting some money. When I broke as an executive, I maxed out the pool. I didn't even know there was a pool to max out. I was so focused on becoming an executive, I really didn't look that far into it. And it was pretty brand new to the company at the time. And I got a call from Kathy Coover saying I earned $5,000 in the pool, which is the most you can earn in the 1-star or 2-star, which was pretty exciting at that time. And so that added to my income that you can have now. So you can literally be earning another $5,000 or $10,000 a month, depending on how quickly and how aggressively you want to build this business. So yes, you want to take advantage of the pools. You also want to take advantage of the fact that we have a holiday bonus pool. By simply staying a manager and above, you're going to get a piece of that pool. And of course, you want to be the executive because you'll get the biggest piece. That's another $4,000 or $5,000 at the end of the year in December that will be allotted to you. So if you're at $145,000 and you need another $5,000, that's the way to get it, guys. Okay? So squeeze every dime out of this company. There's also the product introductory bonus, and I don't think I put that in the right order here, but I wanted to address it at this moment. Let me tell you, if you're bringing people in with the President's Pack, that's $160 a pop. If you start bringing people in with the Business Builder, that can be $300 a pop. If you are maximizing the compensation plan by bringing 2 people in 1 week, obviously you want to raise your game. And if you are bringing people in for the purpose of the business, I highly recommend you start looking at these bonus pools. Okay? Because it really does impact. Now, I know we've talked about the President's Pack, and we've talked about the Business Builder Pack. For me personally, and this is, everyone gets to make their own decisions, we have a 30-day and we have a Pacesetter Pack. I used to do the 30-day all the time because it had a little bit higher BV attached to it. And, you always want the money to go into the back end of the plan. But because the new Pacesetter Pack had such a high volume of product that was attached to it, it's basically a President's Pack minus the vitamins, and it's $3.99. And there's a $50 product introductory bonus that can turn into $100 as opposed to the $25 that turns into $50. In many cases, I will use the Pacesetter Pack because I believe it's in the best interest of my person coming into the business. They're getting more product, and the new person is making more money on the product introductory bonus. Yes, there's about $16 or $18 less that's going into the back end of the compensation plan. But for me, I felt that it was, in certain cases, it warranted it because it created more money for people up front, which was really important to me, as opposed to the difference of it was. If it was a difference of 50 or more, I wouldn't do it. But because it was not as much, and I really felt that the upside for that new person was getting a benefit of getting a significant amount more product for not a lot of difference in the money, as well as the new person getting a lot more in their product introductory bonus. And it will play into, obviously, the income that you're earning here as well. So that's something for each of you to decide on your own, okay, especially the leaders who have their own path that they're doing. So, okay, now I want to talk to you about what you guys called, which I started to show to some of our leaders out at the convention. I know I was showing it to Chris Campbell, who is committed, her and her husband, to build this business, and she started to cry. And, it moved me because she's like, I never realized what this really was, and it made it easier for her to understand. So I want you to follow me. The next 3 slides are going to paint a different picture for you, okay? So we build both legs. At the end of the day, you build out your team leg first, and then you're going to shift into your focus leg. okay? And what happens is I want people to understand, most people just look at this saying I have to do $900 in volume in a cycle, and they don't really understand where all that volume is coming from. Well, if you look at the breakdown, we know that $300 on one side and $600 on the other side equates to $900, and that will equal a cycle, which is 6%. So you take 900 times 6% equals $54, which equals one cycle. Now, most people have never really done the math to figure out what it takes to do 10 cycles. But what it really takes is $3,000 on one leg and $6,000 on the other leg, which equates to $9,000 totally, which equals 10 cycles, $540, or 1 star. And then it is $6,000 on one leg and $12,000 on the other leg, which a total of $18,000 equates to 20 cycles, which is $1,080 a week, or 2 star. And then it's $18,000 on your focus leg and $36,000 on your team leg, which equates to $54,000 total. That equals to 60 cycles, which is $3,294 a week in just cycles, which is your 3 star, which will then put you in a category of a 6-figure income earner. This is the back end of the compensation plan. When you look at the chart above, you're seeing 300 BV, 300 BV, 300 BV. When this was created, it was before they raised the bar of the President's Pack to 320 BV. So this is everybody coming in with a brand new President's Pack, and then people consuming the product, okay? And they did put a stat out there that those people that are on the IsaBody Challenge I think they said it was like double the volume of those people who are not. So I highly recommend you start putting all of your people on the IsaBody Challenge. Use every tool available to us to raise the volume and create the income that you want to create to be able to reach this goal of hitting this trip, because it is going to be one amazing trip, and you are going to want to be there. So you want to use every single tool available to you. Okay, so using that as your basic understanding, okay? Now let's look at this. What we're talking about doing by building the team leg first is by removing the team leg from the equation, because we allowed that volume to get ahead of us. By building 5 consultants who then built 5 consultants who then built 5 consultants. And you started to see the volume start to accumulate because of all of our consumers that came on board that didn't want to build the business. They're part of that as well, guys. And so you're starting to see $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in volume on your team leg. And you've got 5 consultants. And you now shift to go on to your focus leg. What you've done now is turned your focus leg into your money leg. And let me explain. By removing the team leg from the equation, what I mean by that is you don't have to worry about figuring it out because the money is already there. It's in the bank. So now it just matters what's going on your focus leg. So every 300 BV that goes through your focus leg now equates to a cycle. So instead of earning 6%, you're earning 18%. And that formula is as such. Every $900 times 6% equals 54. But if you don't have to worry about the team leg and you remove that from the equation, every $300 times 18% equals 54. So yes, they're still pulling the $600 out of the team leg, but it's not affecting you because it's there already. And so now all of a sudden you're on your focus leg, and now the person that you're putting on your focus leg, you're building another team leg. Because for them, that's their team leg because you're their leader. You're their sponsor. So this is a team leg for them. So you're basically building 2 team legs. You're just doing it one at a time. But by removing the team leg, watch what happens. $3,000 on your focus leg equates to 10 cycles instead of $9,000. With 1/3 the effort, you're creating the income of what it would take to do $9,000 in volume. By simply doing $3,000 now, you're earning 10 cycles, which is 1 star. That's over $25,000 a year. It's closer to 30. $6,000 on your focus leg is now 20 cycles, not the $18,000 that it was before. and that's a 2-star, which is over $50,000 a year in income. Residual, this is the back end, guys. This is the lifelong income that changes people's lives. And then 18,000, which normally had to be over 50, I think it was $52,000, would have been what you would have to do in order to become a 3-star. But instead, you only have to do 1/3 that effort. At 18,000 on your focus leg, you are hitting 60 cycles, which is over $3,000 a week, over $100,000 a year. I'm hoping that you're following me here, guys. I'm trying to go slow because I know this is new to most people. But this next slide is the slide that will impact you the most. Recreate your second team leg. Okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to drive that leg, and you're going to do it with fast and furious. And this is the best part, because by the time you've built out the team leg, you kind of know what you're doing a little bit, and you're getting a little bit better at it. And a lot of those people that started to say no to you are starting to say yes to you because you've been in it long enough, and you've made $10,000, $20,000 now because you're hitting the bonuses, right? And now what happens? You're on your focus leg, and this is where you're going to start to hit $6,000 in the rank advancement bonus of hitting the 1-star, 2-star, and 3 stars. That's why it's so important that you take out the team leg so that you can start hitting those bonuses fast and furious, and so that you can start hitting the pool fast and furious, because you're going to see your growth happen overnight, it's going to seem. But what it was is that we built the foundation. We didn't go back and forth because we were trying to cycle and get that extra $54. That $54 is not going to impact your life. What's going to impact your business is the fact that you built a solid foundation of a team leg that takes off because you built and stacked leaders on top of leaders, or business builders on top of business builders that will emerge into leaders because you did that. And then you moved into your focus leg and you duplicated the exact same process. But now watch what happens. You removed the team leg from all the equation. And now it only matters what's going on your focus leg. And so now your goal is to help one of your people that locked arms with you and said that they wanted to do this to become a 1-star. That becomes your number one most important goal, is to help somebody else on your team become successful. You take all the focus off of you and you put it onto them. And you drive their lines. And you work with their circle of influences. And you add to their team by personally recruiting as well, because then you're making your double PIBs as well, right? You need your 5 consultants over there as well. So you're contributing to that team as well. You want to participate in the pool, so you have to have personally sponsored, right? And what happens? So 1 star still represents $9,000 in volume. That's what they have to do to become a 1 star. So you're helping them get there. But what happens to you when you create a 1 star on your focus leg? You now become a 2.5 star. You're just shy of a 3 star. You're at 30 cycles. You're halfway there. I think I did that wrong. 60 cycles is 4 star. I might have to correct that. You still get the same philosophy of what I'm talking about here. 2 star, okay, is taking you at 6,000 on one side, 12,000 on the other side. That's 18,000 cumulative volume of turning one person into a 2 star. What does that create for you? That's 60 cycles for you. You just became a 4 star by simply helping somebody on your team become a 2 star, or help 2 people become 1 stars. This is exactly what you saw Jessica do over the last 5-6 months with her amazing team of leaders who emerged and duplicated. She drove the line. She went down and helped people attain their goals, and in doing so, she helped herself. And then you want to hit 3 star. Now what's happening here is your leaders are starting to help their people hit 1 and 2 stars. They're now in their focus legs because they've got their team legs in place, right? Because they duplicated this same philosophy. And they're now in their focus leg, and they're starting to hit 3 star themselves. And they're creating this volume of $54,000. And what is that? That's 180 cycles, guys. That is a 6 star, and you are there. You have hit the Riviera. Because that kind of volume is big. You're talking about earning, I should have figured it out, but somebody figured it out for me, 180 cycles times 6 star, I think you're somewhere around $250,000 a year. Go look in your back office. Go down the 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5 stars and see what that income is to you. It's somewhere around $200,000 to $300,000 a year as a 6-star in this income, and that's just the back end residual. See, the formula here is the focus leg becomes the money leg. It is imperative to remove the team leg. So if you're in a position where your team leg is in place, you are in a perfect position, and you absolutely can hit the Riviera. You absolutely can do this, and this does not need to take 2, 3, 4, 5 months. You can do this overnight, guys. It's all about focus. It's all about belief. People are becoming executives in 1 week, in 6 weeks, in 2 months. You don't have to do it in 6 months. That's too long. We're in momentum. You've got to get on fire with enthusiasm, and people will come from miles around to watch you burn. And that's what you're seeing happening. The people that are succeeding, they are all in. They're doing whatever it takes. They remove the team leg from their equation. And there's only one way to do that, and that is to make it so solid that you never have to go back to build it again, because it is so solid. You don't want to have to be going back and forth and back and forth. I spent all last year solidifying my team leg because I came from a company that I saw it fall apart if you don't make sure that your leaders are making their money. And so I solidified my team leg by helping my people understand and work and strategize with them to help them build their focus leg. It's imperative that you have people underneath you succeeding. It is not about you. There is no I in team. There is no way any of us can be successful unless people on our team are successful. And I don't mean just spending money and consuming product and making a couple $100. I mean you need 3 stars on your team, 3 levels of 3 stars on each team. That is a solid team on your focus leg, on your team legs. You're basically building 2 team legs, just one at a time. Okay, what is this actually doing? This is mimicking a re-entry position. And for most of you, this is a new concept here. But I want you to understand it because it's imperative to you understanding this business model. We build one business center represents 2 teams. Your team leg and your focus leg, the very first business center. If you look at this slide, you see where the Cepeda Express is, their very first business center. They blew out. You have to do $150,000 a week on one side and $75,000 a week on the other side to max out 250 cycles, which equates to $700,000 a year in residual income. Let me say that again. $150,000 on one leg a week and $75,000 on another leg a week is $225,000 in volume, but it equates to 250 cycles. And 250 times 54 equals to $13,500 a week, or $700,000 a year. Okay? Now what happens? Once you've built out that center, the company gives you the right to come up above yourself and build a new, what they refer to as reentry. And your 2 original legs, they don't fold in together, but they use both volumes together as your team leg. So now you are showing at least $225,000 in volume on your team leg on a weekly basis. And you come up above yourself and you can build a brand new position, but you only have to build the smaller leg, the $75,000 leg, which is the focus leg. And that is where you can see we are the very first reentry position. That is the global exec team, which starts with me and represents anyone and everybody that comes under that. We're a different entity from their original team. And what took them 6 years to build out their first centers, they were able to do in approximately a year with the global exec team. Part of that was because they were already in momentum. Part of that was because the company was in momentum, but the majority of that was because they only had to do 1/3 the effort. And so when you saw them up on stage show the leaders that they put together, myself and Jessica and the Davises and Tracy Taylor and Deanna, and that was just a few of them. We had so many others. We had my whole entire Australian team and Leonard Atlas and so many other of the leaders that came in after that, or just had come in at the beginning of that represented this last year. But the reality is that they only had to do $75,000 a week. So 1/3 the effort, they made the same amount of money. What does that look like, guys? Does that not look like the slide I just did, where we removed the equation of the team leg from it and just focused on the focus leg, the money leg? What we just did was mimic a re-entry position. There is no one in the company doing this but our team. And they're trying to figure it out because they don't understand it. But the reality is that if you trust us, what we're telling you is this not only works, but it is explosive. Because we understand not just the compensation plan, but people. People need to believe they're part of something. They need to lock arms with somebody. And if you're diluting your effort by going back and forth, you're exhausting yourself because people will fade out before they ever got excited. The first 30, 60, 90 days is imperative to the growth of your business. If you bring somebody in that's excited and you don't nurture that excitement and you don't connect them to our team and you don't connect them to the opportunity meeting that we do at nighttime, you don't connect them to the calls in the morning and you don't connect them to come to the events. I mean, I brought so many brand new people. Matter of fact, we have a girl on the call tonight, Lindy, who signed up on Sunday, hadn't received her package, and flew out to the NYKO. You know why? My belief was so strong that she needed to be there because I knew she was coming in for the purpose of the business. And she brought her girlfriend, who was my girlfriend that I sponsored. She came because she was going. That's why she came, because somebody she was bringing in was going. And that's how you build a team. By exciting people to be part of something. We have these new and extended promotions that will help build your business, but it will also help you reach your goals. You need to take advantage of each and every one of these. If you go into your back office and you see under contest and promotions, you're going to see the Breakthrough Billions and Beyond. They're going to track your success. It's going to tell you if you're on track and what you actually need to do in order to make that goal. So you don't have to guess about this if you're making it. It's tracking it for you. You have to get the crystal reset if you've already missed that. Go in there. Make sure that you're on track to hit that. Make sure that you put those dates in your calendar and you are clearly aware of them so that you can max it out. Make sure you get to director as soon as possible so you can start entering the pools and get to executive so that you can hit the Christmas bonuses. Make sure you hit every single one of these rank advancement bonuses. You do not want to start cycling 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star unless you're an executive. Why? You're going to lose out on $6,000. Why would you do that? It's not important to get the $54 up front here, the $500. I know for some of you the money is important, but this slight delay of gratification is going to come back in a huge windfall of income for you. If you just trust us, we will help you maximize this compensation plan and reach your goals. And get paid. Make sure you're recruiting 2 people a week. Maximize those compensation plans. There are so many different kits. Learn the different kits and learn the numbers that you can make, the money that you can make from them. And come from belief because people are buying you. If you haven't figured that out yet, the people that get involved in this business first and foremost, I know are always buying my belief in this company. Way before they buy the belief of the company. They don't know them, but they know me. And they know that my belief is real and that I'm willing to work with them. And I'm going to lock arms with them. They just need to know that somebody is going to help them do this. That's what they need to know, and that's what you have to share. And if you're somebody who's brand new to this, you need to raise your hand and you need to say, I need someone to lock arms with. You need to look to your upline and say, I'm looking for the leader who wants to work with me. And then you need to execute. And you need to take personal accountability to be positive, willing to work towards your goals. Take advantage of the free shipping from now until February 1st. Create some momentum right now in your team. We've got a couple of weeks right now still that we can create some real excitement by getting free. That's $25 worth of free shipping. Take advantage of it, right? Any single one of the bonuses that they give us, take advantage of it. So now I want to talk a little bit more about strategy. You have to master the art of simplicity. Why? Because it is the only way you can scale your business. If you make this difficult, if you make people have to go and find the information and have to go and email it to them or everything, you're sending it to them instead of sending them to an easy place to find it, you're making it difficult for them to duplicate because it will start to break down. You have to be the master of simplicity. That is why you've heard me do so much of my training is like loading the bases. I use a visual because I want people to remember what to do, and people remember stories much more than they remember details. Who's on first? Who's on second? Who's on third? simplicity in building. We use First Base as sifting. I simply use my personal website, justcleanse.isagenix.com, and I have on there the videos that I think would be of interest to people. I use Are You Toxic? I use a doctor's story for mainstream validations, and then I use the Isagenix experience to have a commercial on the opportunity. And Are You Toxic, to me, taps into the problem. And you have to have a problem in order to offer a solution. So that's a 15-minute first touch for somebody that I'm not really coming at very strong with the business yet. Maybe somebody I just don't feel that would be open to the business right away, so I'm going to tap them with a first touch with that. But anyone that I bring into this business that I call up and say, look, I have something I want you to take a look at. I don't know if it's for you, but if it is, you're going to be very happy that I called you and shared this with you. And I send them the 3-year retirement plan if they're in the latter years of their life, 40, 50, 60, starting to think of their exit strategy. How are they going to have a cash flow when they stop working? What are they going to do? We offer them a solution, and it's all about money. The opportunity with these products are there, but the money story is what we're selling, that dream. If you're younger, they're not looking at retirement. My daughter created a similar, except we removed retirement, and it's 3-year freedom plan. And this is a great one to give anybody in their 20s or 30s that are looking for an opportunity to have control of their life. I use those because they're duplicatable. I use those because I don't have to explain it to people and I can leverage my time. But most importantly, people don't feel like they have to duplicate me. So when someone says, I can't do what you do, and I'm like, well, what did I actually do? I just put you in front of the information. And we're only looking for people that are open to this. And I get my customers through default. And I love my customers. You know why? Because 83.5% of the people on my team are my consumers. You better love your consumers and nurture them and respect them. And hopefully many of them will turn into fans if you show them how to offset the cost of their investment of these products. And if they're not interested, guess what? They're going to do it anyways because people are going to see the results. So you might as well at least show them the you plus two, them plus two, and how they can get their products paid for. Introduce it to 2 people, share it with 2 people, your products are half price. Whatever kit came in, if you duplicate that kit, it's half price. Show them how to get their products at half price, and yours are free. It's as simple as that. That's how I build a bottom-up person, through the product. That is saying I don't want the opportunity. I get it. And you know what? They become fans. And many of those fans turn into business builders because it's a natural progression. But there are many people that come in for the purpose of wanting to do the business. But guess what? They still have to be the consumer who becomes the fan, who then becomes a business builder. It's just the natural progression of things. So you just need to understand your business, know your job, and understand the process, and honor and respect it and nurture it. The validation call, if you are not doing this 3-way call with your leaders, you are really hurting yourself, and you're hurting your team because people are going to do what you do. And if you're having a hard time getting them on the 3-way call, do a 3-way IM. Just add a leader onto your conversation with them and let them take it over for you until you become more comfortable with it. And all we're going to do is sift for interest with you, and we're going to say, listen, your next step is to try these products because no matter what, if you're interested in the business or not, let's get you on these products. We'll open up a wholesale account, and I send them to isaproduct.com. Simplicity, guys. And then if they're interested, when their product comes and they're starting to use their product, I say, listen, while you're using your product, you're doing your first 30 day, why don't you go to Isagenix Business and check out the game plan? And I also send them to our YouTube channel. Global Exec Team has their own YouTube channel. And what we do is we don't put everything up there because we don't want to overload people, but we put up different calls that reach out to different people. If you haven't been there, you need to go there today. And you need to listen to every single one of them. There's so many different ones. We have the 3-year freedom plan with Chelsea Miller, the 21-year-old, graduating the top of her class from the #1 entrepreneurial school in our country, choosing network marketing as her path. Why? Then you have my husband doing a call for men. We have the 3-year retirement plan for the people who are the baby boomers, thinking about their exit strategy. We have Real People, Real Results with Jessica. It's an amazing one. We have Your Belief, which is with Carol Elizabeth, a phenomenal call. We have so many other ones that you can listen to. We have it in Spanish. It's there for you to cut and paste it and send it in the IM to somebody. You don't want to send somebody to the YouTube so they get overwhelmed with all of it. That's your access to get the information and then copy it and paste it and send it to somebody. Use your tools. They're there for you to take advantage of duplication, the art of simplicity. Global Exec Team. We have our own Facebook page. Now, this is a separate Facebook page from Team Fuel, and there is a reason for it, because Team Fuel is more of a social site, and there's a lot of conversation going on in there, and a lot of material gets lost in the thread. The Global Exec Team, we're using it basically as a holding place until we can get our private website up and running. So what we're asking you to do is don't put personal information on that Global Exec Team page. That's where you're going to find materials that are posted in there for you. That's where you're going to have a brand new person who might be a very high-end professional. You don't necessarily want to have them get into the social networking yet. You send them to the Global Exec Team so that they're not inundated with information, but they can get accurate, up-to-date information relevant to their interests, okay? What I use is two forms of keeping things simple. I use the Global Exec Team Prospect and Enrollment Procedure. And if this is the way you guys are doing it and you want to tweak it, then create your own, okay? But this is what I use. And it's a one-page. It has to be a one-page, and all the links are right there for people. Everybody I sign up, we're putting them on that page. It shows them how to get connected. The first 6 steps are the process of enrolling somebody and getting all the information necessary to go through that process. And then the second 6 steps are how to connect people to all of our calls and our sites. Both are as important as the other, because as Patty likes to say, an iron isn't hot unless it's plugged in. And unless you plug your people in, we're going to lose them, because life gets us busy, right? And we have to get them focused on this is where they want to be. And then the second part is an Isagenix executive summary. I started to update it. I'll be working on it a little bit more this evening, but with all our new information. But this is a one-page explanation of what this business is. When some people need to visually look at something, they need to read, not just be auditory. So this is a one-pager that will explain what this company is, who we are and where we're going, and the Global Exec Team, who we are and what we're doing with them. Okay? This is available in the Global Exec Team Facebook files. Okay? Begin with the end in mind. This is my training on the Global Exec Team that I give every brand new person. The minute they sign up and I know they want to do the business, before they even do the 90-day game plan, I have them watch this, because it basically teaches them in a nutshell what this is and what it isn't. And it tries to create the simplicity as much as possible. Knowledge is power, and the more knowledge we give people of understanding the industry in which they are in, and what we are doing and what we are not doing, the better chances we have of helping them have their success. And ultimately, you have your success. I then have them go to the 90-day game plan. Now, to me, the 90-day game plan can be overwhelming. I only ask them to do the first few pages, watch the first 2 videotapes talking about their why, and being able to write out their list of 100 names, because that's the most important part. Everything else can be secondary to that. That's more of the big picture. This is about the brand new person, and that's just the first few pages when you're asking them when can they work, can they not work, how much are they willing to do, what are they not willing to do, what can they do to diminish the time restraints in their life, diminish the things that are cluttering up their lives that they don't need to be doing. What are those things? Those are things a brand new person can focus on, and that's all we want someone in the brand new person to be doing. And then we want to duplicate it over and over and over again, ad nauseum, guys. You don't want to go off and try different things. People are always trying to do different things. I'm like, why? This wheel isn't broken. We've proven that it works, and it works efficiently. We have so much success going on. You can have a few things. I always tell people, once you hit 3-star, if you want to add something here or there that you think will impact the growth of your business, go for it. But until then, just follow the success of the person before you. Duplicate exactly what they're doing. Their success depends on yours. They would not lead you down the wrong path. Millionaires in action. This was probably one of the proudest moments of my life, is walking into the convention and seeing that we had 5 of the 15 were on our team. These are people that are duplicating exactly what we're talking about. And so it was so amazing to see all of them have this success. There is a formula for this success, and this is what it is. 4 PET, personally enrolled team. Your cycle growth of the people that you personally brought into this business down 4 generations. That's the only time they use generations. And that's because people can fade in and out of the pools, as it should be, because we're sharing them with other people. So if other people have new growth, we want them to be able to get a piece of that pie. So it's always encouraging new growth for you to constantly bring on new people. We've had so many people have so much success on our team with this. Then you times that by your own personal cycle growth. That's the full growth. That's not just your PET. That's everything on your focus light that's starting to show cycling. Then it's personal enrollments, 5 monthly. They add that into the enrollment process. If you signed up, and this is what Herb Cepeda said at the NYKO, and they know what they're talking about, guys, 5 people a month, every single month this year on the President's Pack, you will be in the Riviera with us because you will duplicate the success that comes with that. And then it's times personally enrolled rank advancements. How many people are hitting manager, director, executive on your teams? Are you hitting them? Are your people hitting them? The reason why we teach this is because it teaches the network marketing model of you plus two, them plus two, of the penny doubling. And they just get to pay us for doing it. That it's a truly an intricate part of the building process of this business, times the number of weeks active as an executive. If you are not an executive, you cannot be in Millionaires in Action. And this is how they figure out the income of how you're earning your pool. Okay? And so and there's a trip for this too, that I believe several of our people, I think Jessica Johnson's well on her way to hitting that, and I couldn't be any prouder. So you don't have to understand this to a T. What you need to know is you need to personally enroll people, and you need to drive your line and help them personally enroll people and rank advance over and over and over again, and use every single tool available to us, and you will be part of the Six-Figure Income Earners Club. It was so exciting to see Delilah there. She was so excited that she was able to hit that. This is my second year of hitting it. I believe Deanna hit it last year as well. We've only been in over 2 years. I'm just coming up on my 3-year, and I will hit the 1 million residual income. The 3-year retirement plan is all about that. If you build this the way we're telling you, within 3 years, you can become a Isagenix millionaire, which means you've cumulatively earned over $1 million with this company. And you have a cash flow of anywhere from $500,000 to $700,000 residual income a year. How is that for an exit strategy? How is that for a freedom plan? And we have so many people on our team that are executing this. We know what we're doing, and we want your success. We want to see you with us in the French Riviera. And this is my team out there. I thought this was hysterical. I just came across it. They had this big sign up there where everyone can get in front of it and take this picture, and I love this, and I want each and every one of you there, but I want each and every one of you on this call there as well. I want the Global Exec team to have the most people on a team at that Riviera, because it is going to be a vacation of a lifetime. But more importantly, it's an opportunity for us to bond together and to build our teams, and by us getting there, we're helping so many other people get where they want to go. And I'll say this always. I said it to my daughter. She's graduating in May, you've heard, and she wants to go there badly. And I'm like, well, I know that she's going to be distracted the next couple of months, but I told her she had to commit to building this. She's got a team building already, and we're working that team. But the reality is even if she got close to it, she's going to be one happy girl, as each and every one of us would be. Because earn another $150,000 a year and win a trip. Well, what if you earned $100,000? Well, you'll get the next trip, because I can tell you right now, you could very well get the Millionaire in Action trip, or you can get the other there are so many vacations that they offer for us with the IsaBody Challenge, and there's also the Millionaires Action, the IsaBody Challenge. I believe the Start Group has one too. Guys, tap into this. Get excited. What excites you the most, and focus on that. And duplicate what we taught here tonight. And I will leave you with this, because it's my favorite saying of all times, because I live by it. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? For me, it is exactly what I just taught you tonight. That is what I will be doing, and that is what I will be teaching everybody that I bring the business to do. So I hope this helps you get to the dreams that you want to accomplish this year, because 2015 is going to be epic. Okay, I am going to stop recording and let us all chat for a little bit if you'd like to. Hang on a sec.